zoom it in a bit. That's about right. How goes it, my hearties? It sounds like I've not switched my sound off. Hang on. Hopefully this isn't switching off the mic sound. Let's try rear. Yep, that's cool. Right. Good evening, shipmates. Just checking out what the ship's dog was up to. He seems to be gainfully employed. So, tonight we are painting these chaps from Gripping Beasts. They're selling the Ragnarok range, and these are their evening Kubler. These are the uruk. Hi, the uruks. So these I'm using for Saga Age of Magic. I'll get myself a orc warband together. I was hoping this afternoon to get the rules out and write the whole army out, but I've not managed to do that, so we're just going to crack on with these. We're going to start with one from the Blanche. Yeah, let's use that one. We're going to go with the, because there's not much green on, much flesh exposed, we're going to go extreme. Why don't you guys let you choose Cuba? We got the base color. This one's going to give us a more sort of toned down, both sort of GW style orcs. But let's go with this dark green. I like this one. This is from the Mr. Blanche. So hopefully you've all had a good week. Nice busy hobbying week. Let's get some media in there. It's very true. Can't argue with that. This Blanchy green is the slightly darker than the one. What's the one on the bottom of the angel green? So it's a slightly darker angel green. So it's like a dark angel green. See what I did there? I think you did. Yeah. So there, that's the latest idea. It is I've visited Beast Towers, and Darren said, "You haven't painted any uruks yet." So I've painted the Saga and the trolls. So he said, "Evening Artemis." So he said, "You really need to paint some uruks." So how could I refuse? The dog has found his squeaky toy. I think he's only just discovered that that particular toy's got a squeaker. It's believe it or not, I took him to the pet shop and he got to select a toy, and he selected a fluffy pink unicorn, which looked fantastic in the shop. It's really macho dog walking around PetSmart. Other shops are available. Yeah, with a pink unicorn. I don't think anyone wanted to take it away from him. Then he got home and pulled its horn off, so it's now more of a horse. And I think he's just discovered it's got a squeaker, so there we go. So yeah. Ahoy! Oh, what's the crown? Have you noticed? Are you guys picking that? Can you see that on the chat? So it looks like Kubler's got a little crown and is number 1, and Rich's crown number 2. I don't know what that's about. Does that mean you're king and queen of chats? Or perhaps you're opposing kings from different kingdoms. I bet you feel a bit left out, Artemis, seeing as you've not got a crown. I'm sorry, mate. It's nothing that I've done. Yeah, it's like got a little picture of a crown in it, and number 1. So you must be king of the chat, King Chatter. Oh, do you remember that game Birthright in D&D? Oh, what a great system. We'll take it as a positive, shall we? I think this guy is just like heavy metal. There's some lovely filth down here, Artemis. I am your king. King of the Britons. Who the Britons? It's very early in the video for Python quotes, isn't it? All right. Oh wow. Well, I know there was an email the other day about YouTube changing some things, so perhaps that was one of them. As ever, as your captain, I read it diligently. Yes, so if you have any questions, if you want to aim them at our most experienced chatters, King Kubler and King Richard, they may deign to respond. They may just be these aloof sort of rulers that won't. I don't know. Evening. How are we? So yeah, so the idea was that I spoke to Darren about a while back is do some more stuff with Age of Magic because I have a soft spot for it, and I won't go into full details yet, but one of the things I needed to do was have a squeaky toy. Is to do a orc warband for one of the factions. So the other day I was gifted by the kind men at Beast Towers these uruks. The rat torture will continue until morale improves. So yeah, in a little while I'll grab out the rest of the miniatures that we started, but I thought I'd start with these guys for the Hearthguard. I've got some gobos already painted and also some trolls. But yes, there's an idea formulating in the pipeline for these guys. Oh, pardon me. I thought I was going to lay down and be quiet. Yeah. Oh no. That's not good. Yes, so that's the first green. That was, I'll say, the blighted green, which is slightly darker than, it's lower than the bottom angel green. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, let's put some gunmetal on. So luckily the really hot weather kind of ended, and the paint started working again. So I've managed to get some painting done, which was good because I was starting to I was starting to think, oh my god, I'm going to get behind and all this sort of stuff. Packages of miniatures arriving. So I thought, sod it. I'll go to visit Beast Towers. I have to do it anyway. To drop some stuff off, pick some stuff up. The car had air conditioning. Boom. So, there we go. So yeah, they remind me about the Evesham show. The Battle of Evesham show. Yeah, what they were doing, I'm going there and I'm going to set my stall up, which carries their stuff. So to save them a problem, we're gonna trade together. So there'll be limited amount of stock of beastie stuff on the stand. So if you are going and you do want stuff, you're best to order it really. and collect it at the show. Kubla, have you been relegated? Because it says number 3 now. And you've lost your purple bit. Yes, the actual battle, but it's a different area of the. I think we're at the other end of town. I think is what they were saying. So the idea was to try and encourage people to kind of take it both in. But if there's any people want to pick up any of my, if they want to get any of my stuff off my my website as well, they can collect at the show. But it's not kind of the same sort of thing, I think, as the beastie stuff. But I don't want anyone to get disappointed of, oh, I want to pick up this book, or I want to pick up this. And Dr. Bob's there on the Saturday. With his e-corriger. I'm going to be doing both days. And then if, oh, this month, that's start of next month, isn't it? That's the 2nd and 3rd. The 19th, I think it's 19th and 20th for this month. We got the Devices show. Attack! Hola! Hola! ¿Listas? Yeah, so again, there'll be Devices. It's a 2-day. Yeah. People can pre-order if they like. That's really weird. Now we've got number 2, Rich, and Cube's number 3. Who's number 1? It's like you've been downgraded. What's going on? Your kingship has been downgraded. You're probably just an earl or something now. Yeah, so that's the show news. Is that me as well, Ben? I usually get to ask that, but yeah, that should be Ben's official question from now on. Well, if you just joined us, I'll go over what I'm doing and then we'll read what everyone else is doing in the comments. I'm doing the uruk from Ragnarok, supplied by Gripping Beast. Because I'm doing a Saga Age of Magic Orc warband, and these are my first points of Hearthguard. It's a noisy neighbour's dog. I think I'm going to do some of the bigger plates in like copper. I like these. I think, especially the uruks here, until you start painting them, you can't really see that they're going to be uruks. They could have just been big dudes, you know what I mean? I think you might have done there's a few rents and tears in the chainmail bar. I'd like to see a little bit more, but that's being hypercritical, really. Because by the time I've got the rust and grime and stuff on them, I'm going to do all that as copper look. Oh, cool. I'll get the other miniatures out in a minute to show you. Preview the next couple of weeks. I grabbed enough to do a little project. So before next week, I'll get the rule book out and tell you exactly what format I'm going to have each thing as, if you know what I mean. Then hopefully by the end of this project, I'll be able to let you in on the plan, the secret plan. So yeah. Oh, you're number one now, Grandad's Art Space, number one. I wonder how that works. Wow. Oh well. It's all good. Yeah. There's certainly lots going on at Beast Towers. They're very, very busy, which is good to see. Yeah. So just, as we usually are, we're just going to add a bit of medium to the metal, so it just goes in all these dips. Just level my coffee, excuse me, gents. Oh, Ben's taken Kuba's number 3 now. Woohoo! I can see what they're doing with this now. They're playing the who can message the most game. I'll do. I'll do a gunmetal one, so it's not too much. Yeah, I really like these uruks. And there's forever there's. Oh, we'll have a look in a minute. We'll have a look in a minute. Now, one thing we did notice that Collins didn't actually sculpt a particular warlord miniature, but I've noticed each pack of each pack's got one of these guys in it you could use as a captain or a warlord if you wanted to. But I've come up with a slightly different idea, as you'd probably expect from what I decided to go with was I thought, oh, I like the painted him before. I think I painted him on video, but I thought I'd use. Do you know the? I think it's called "Lick My Hand" in the catalogue. It's like a Viking seer, and I thought it'd be interesting as a use him as a warlord. Then if I change my mind, I could just use him as the mage anyway. So, or I thought about using one of the some moistened bint. Dispatching swords is no grounds for a democracy. You should just message bomb it, Artemis. Just message bomb. Just keep hitting loads of random words to see if you get to be the king. we won't mind if you just want to see what happens. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. The rest of the warband. So let me just finish this bit of metal, and we'll have a look in the box to see what we've got coming up for the next couple of pirate rich paints, just in case you want to grab some and join in. So I did notice the other day they just cast another big batch of these, so they're all sat in the boxes waiting to. These were fresh off the press. Oh yeah. Right, let's have a look. Let's grab the little box that we grabbed. So these are the rest of the warband at the moment. I'll paint these over the next few weeks and I'll work out the actual points. Yeah, so I grabbed another troll, so we could paint a troll specifically for that. We've got a nice armed one. And then we got these dudes, which I think are very nice. And I nearly did these ones tonight, which are the uruk with bows. Chunky buffers with bows. Do you want to do the troll next week then, Coops? This was another bunch of uruks. He's got some fur on in that one, so you could probably pick him out as the war leader. Might do that. He's kind of well chunky. I didn't spot him a minute ago. And that's another batch of uruks. So we've got 1, 2, 3 points of uruk half guard. We've gone half guard heavy. point of levy bow, which might go to warrior bow, depending on the rules. I haven't decided that. So that'd be 1 point, 2 point, 3.4 points. A troll doesn't kind of work that way, Age of Magic, but we could put second troll as a monster, which we will sort out when we take the rules. And then I thought about this guy for the warlord, but we might swap the uruk for the warlord and use this as just the magic user. I do like this miniature; it's very, very good. It's lick my hand. So yeah, that's what's going to keep us busy for the next couple of weeks, because that seems to be the thing on Pirate Rich Paints now. They want me to do little projects like this, so people got a chance to jump on, rather than me just doing a random miniature each week. So this one, I just painted the Colonel's horse in black temper, and it's come out green. What colour undercoat did you have? I've had that before with yeah, with the green. They do sometimes. When was the last? Did you give it a good shake there, Grandad? Sard space. Yeah, whilst you're on it, everyone, if you haven't checked out Grandad's Art Space on YouTube, he's got a lovely channel. He's got some very, very interesting chatty videos. Yeah, I thought I need to go through my stock and see what gobos I need and what have you for the game that I'm setting up. Yeah, it sounds like that's something didn't mix right. Well, that's different. Bottle green. Yeah, but there is definitely green in them. But sounds to me like someone didn't shake the tub enough. Not that we're pointing fingers. Yeah, definitely. Although sometimes it doesn't look like they have, and they have. But hey. Right. So, what we do now is we're going to work up the green tones. I'm going to miss the angel and go straight to the guardian, because we haven't got a lot of flesh to do, so we haven't really got a lot of room to work up our shades. So before we do that, we'll do the... How dirty do you want their armors? See, that's a problem. If you give it a good shack, you need to do it. You need to go back and give it a shake. So you can use black on their armor, but if you want it to look dirty, as we said before, you can use some of that strong tone. Let's use the strong tone trick. Although I'm tempted to do that on the... Let's do it on these as well. As we said, give your paint a good shack. So that was... I couldn't resist. Right, so now we're using the strong tone instead of dark tones. So it's Agrax instead of Null. I'm just going to add a little bit of medium on my brush. It's going to give us a little bit of a different look from our normal, so it's going to... Depends how much work you want to do with the rust effects and that at the end. If you want to play around with them, I'd go with the black tone. If you want a quick, dirty look, go with this. But rather than the black, you want to do this in, let it pour in areas. As you see, it kind of I'm gonna do one with the black shade so we can see the difference. How's that? Oh no. Where's my little bottle? Ah, there it is. Whenever I get the green stuff out, I construct a little doo-doo in the back of those. Right, so this is with the black wash. And we'll have a look at the difference between the two. And then decide what we want to do with the others. The difference with using the black is I want lots on there. Because I want it to look nice and dark, and I want this to get into all the detail and allow me to work more later. If you're going for the quick fix, I reckon that using the strong tones the way to go. But I do prefer doing this because then I can add my effects at the end how I want them. This is the difference you get. See what I mean? So it looks all tarnished. So if you're going for an overall effect, if you've done all your orcs or one massive, this is a really quicker way to go. But we're gonna go with this way because we want it to look different. So let's add a little bit of black. Let's take some of that away. It's not too much. There we go. It's nice to say that what the difference is. I say if I was painting, I don't know, 40 of these or whatever. Obviously, doing it this way I'm doing it at the moment is going to be a lot of extra work. It's up to you guys. Depends how much work you want to put in. If you want a quick shortcut, I just thought I'd show you the strong tone because I've done it before on when I've painted a load of gobbos, and I've done it on, used it on 40k weapons for the gobbos and stuff like that. Or yeah, just gives you a different starting point. Yeah, somebody mentioned, I put a picture up earlier, somebody mentioned that my figure holders are paint pots, but there is actually paint in them. Some of them haven't dried out. I checked the other day, look. Now these were all bought at a shop in town. Do you remember BT's? Anyone remember BT's? Used to be Trent's as well. It was a shop and it shut in 89-ish. And my friend bought all of these because he thought I'd want them. No, because they used to do all the remote control cars and stuff. And he said, "Oh, I bought these paints for you." And yeah, I use them as paint holders, so they were a good present in the end. Sorry, we were only playing, mate. Yeah, and some of these, I think they've all worn off now, still have the price label. They've been reduced to 10 pence. So, let's have another look. Now these are dried. Look. So obviously just straight black wash on the right. And this is the one that is tarnished. So I'll leave that to dry. And we'll go back to doing the flesh. Yeah, so it's a really good way of getting getting a lot painted. If you really, you can get a big brush of it and just slap it about. I'll have to get some gobos or something and do 12 gobos as quickly as I can doing that method. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? That's very strange. I would pour it back into the pot and take it to the GW shop. They're really good when paint goes funny. They'll just give you another pot. Greedy Gold, I think from earlier on, this is nearly run out, so you might get one more huzzah out of it. I have another in the drawer. Oh, come on. One more. Come on, just one more wafer thin. Yeah, there we go. Good work. Good work, Greedy Gold. So a bit of medium on our brush. I was going to do his collar, but I might do that in leather, so that's kind of cool. This one looks like it's Shrek, and he's peed off Shrek. Angry Shrek. I'd have loved it if he'd have done a troll in that pose. Oh, Colin, you missed one there. Isn't that a great pose for a troll? Two big spears. Or a big chain. Yeah. So we did what's everyone painting. Did we do what Ben's sticking to himself tonight? We did it. It was more small scale stuff, wasn't it? It's a proper troll pose, isn't it? You know what I mean? Let's just do that. There we go. So that's what I've been doing this week. Oh, blimey. What a week. We've finished 30 Years' War. We've been to, is it Jacobites? Is that correct, Rich? into the world of 40k. What else have we done? There's something else as well. I can't remember. Yes, it cooled down and I went into like hyperdrive to catch up. Yay, I can paint again. Boom. Yeah. All good fun, and now we have obviously do Saga stuff now, which is nice. Well, now I'm starting to paint some halflings. The is it Harefoot Jousting or whatever? It says two. There's the one that I did on Pirate Place, which is half tilt from TT Combat, and the one I'm painting is from, I don't know who makes it, but it's from North Star of stocking it. Mr. Nick, North Star. A completely different take. It's really weird, the games. It's a completely different take on games, which is nice. Half tilt is like the old GW full tilt game. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna change those leg guards to, they're nice and dirty now. Let's leave them like that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, big rock on a chain, or a couple of big, massive spears, or even club. Well, anything really. He's gonna look good with, isn't he? Or a big two-handed club. You know, like the old is it Grenadier Giant? Used to have the big tree with a great big morning star head on it. That's Grenadier, wasn't it? No, there was a bigger one than the Grenadier one. Can't remember. Been asleep since then. As you notice, I've drunk a lot of coffee today. Or grabbing a club in one hand and dragging a person by his leg in the other. Ah. I better get converting on some of these. Right, now we're going to do this next layer of that's it, yeah. Yeah, that's the smaller one. There was one company, they're a big one, and it had like the body armor looked like dragons. That was, I think it was Grenadier as well, but it was one of the special things, and the head of the club was bigger than that. Yes. Right, so let's start highlighting some of this flesh out. So I've jumped up to Guardian Green now. Don't need the strong tone as well. I'm gonna have to get another brush out. I was using that one earlier. I worked out earlier these brushes I use. I do go through lots of them because obviously they're very cheap ones. I won't go on and on about the brush situation again, guys, but I worked out these are 27p each. Hence me not really worrying too much about them. They come out with nice points on that. They just don't last very long. Don't get attached to them. Okay, we're just gonna use our trick of not going up underneath the shadowy bit. So I'm not going right up underneath the cuff there. Not going underneath, we're going to leave the bottom of the arm that dark green. Remember, these are going to have shields on them as well. Colin's actually sculpted different shield. That's what is nice as well. Each time he does a different batch of these fancy ones, they've all got different shields. Like the Durgar have got like a skull on the front of theirs and what have you. So bravo, Colin. Yeah, so these shields, that they've only been changed a little bit. They've been nicked around and stuff. That one, that's a difference from their standard one. But if I'm doing undead or anything, I really want manked up shields. I attack them with the clippers and what have you, and just mess them up myself. So again, nose, cheek, upper lip, jawline, chin, lips. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving all these bits in between. A bit more medium. Got quiet. Dog's asleep. He starts snoring in a minute. Okay. So you see they're still very dark at the moment because that first green I used is proper dark. Yes. Yeah, the Morlocks. Oh, they're very scary when you pick the film up when you're young. There, the Morlocks. What a great film that is, Rich. Oh my word, they don't make films like that anymore, do they? Oh, the remake was awful, wasn't it? That's well, that's quite a common sentence to use, isn't it? The remake was awful. I was watching some YouTube music videos, and I was watching a video of classic rock songs where the cover is better than the original. Let's just say they were wrong. Nose, cheeks, chin. You know, you really want at this stage, we only want the very deepest areas to stand that very dark green for the shadows. One's got his belly out somewhere. That's it. Grab people, grab people. Look like grab, talk like people. Okay, let's go. I was in South Park then when you said crab people. Okay, we're gonna use green skin now. Strangely enough. Put lots of medium in it, so it's nice and loose, loosey goosey. Got in there for a bit of highlight. Then we've got a shield to go on this. There we go. And a bit more medium. We're doing starting to highlight out now. So there's nose, upper lip, top of the cheekbones, brow if you can get it, top of the chin, any lip that's sticking out, angle that chin. There we go. So the next Hearthguard I might do the more olive based skin and just mix them all up. Then again, might do the third ones I might do with more of a fleshy coloured skin. It's up to you. You can have your uruks all the same skin tone or mix them up. I just thought these first batch I wanted to go big on the green. Rich, you've lost all of your numbers. Your kingly status has just fallen apart. I know the pressure was getting to you, mate. But some of us have greatness, like Kubler. Some have greatness pressed upon us. He's tried to dodge the crown. Yes. So I have to go through and see. So we did a lot of dwarfs and I think the power's fleeting, really, isn't it? It's the fair and just rule of King Rich was very, very, very short. Now you're going to get under the oppressive thumb of Kubla Klonk. Although we're forgetting that it was actually Grandad's art space. I was going to command you to watch his channel and subscribe, for he is King of Kings, the Overlord. Yeah, that was some. What's on Last Kingdom, wasn't it? They've done the battle of the. Is that? They set up all the kings, didn't they? Oh, what battle was that? Oh no, I'm terrible. People tell me stories of like the history and stuff, and I kind of forget it. I've kind of got like the memory of a goldfish. And just like that, Kubler takes over again. That I dodged the crown. Oh yeah, we believe you. Oh yeah, there's another little thing at the top that clicks top fans. So I click on that, see what happens. I will say. Yes. I don't know if you're seeing the same as that. So Kubler's number one with 125. Grandad's art space is 75, and Ben is third with 75. So Ben's almost, yeah, going to be a usurper. I presume you get points when you chat, I suppose. It's all new. Yeah. You'll get a knock at the door later. Your Majesty, we need you to report. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember it. Okay, so we're going to do leather now. We're going to go in with Brigadine Brune. It's dangerous, isn't it, Artemis? If you raise your head above the pulpit, you could be asked to take the extreme power of being a Pirate Rich Paint's top fan. And the crown will weigh heavy, my friend. Oh, yes. And you have to put all these subjects of Pirate Island before your own painting project. Well, I'm quite glad you've pointed that out, Rich. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm not sure I'd have mixed the two of you up, in fairness. Whatever you say, King Kubla. Just don't put the... Oh, good. This again is where you could save some time if you used our secret weapon and deployed the old faithful, but we will carry on with this because it's our want. I saw a video of an interview with Christopher Lee. I can't remember what it was about, but he'd got an award for something or other. I think he might have only got his OB or something like that, and somebody said as the report signed off, they said, blah blah blah, but still the king of horror. And he went, "Excuse me," and he had a real go. I haven't done a horror film for over 30 years. Yeah, real go at her. What an amazing man, eh? Chris Lee. Amazing. It's going to be quite a lot of leather, so that's why I wanted the rest to look a little bit different. I didn't want them to look too dark. Oh man, he's just such. I love the clip of him telling, or Peter Jackson telling the story of how when Saruman gets stabbed in it. Was it by Grimer? I can't remember. But gets stabbed in it, and Peter Jackson wanted to make a sound like between stabbed and. I said, Peter, do you know what sounds somebody makes when they get stabbed? I do. So when Tolkien said that he'd written Gandalf for him, or he wanted him to play Gandalf or something. Yeah, yeah. He wasn't a young guy even when he done the death metal band, was he? Dark in here, isn't it? Talk of weird voices, and it's slightly different. I was learning Enter Sandman uh, the other day, and I suddenly remembered that there was a. I don't know if you guys have heard it. There's a Lemmy version of Metallica's Enter Sandman. That's how it should be. Look it up. It's his voice for that. Mm. It must have been nigh impossible for Peter Jackson to deal with him, isn't it? You know what I mean? How could you argue with him? I should think it'd be very good for your health. especially if you wanted to actually go to sleep ever again. Yeah, so just pop all this lever out. So if you want to speed this bit up, you can just grab our secret weapon. I won't tell anyone. There we go. So keep working on that. There we go. The thing is painting these, there's not masses and masses of over the top detail on them. So you can, if you wanted to, you could bang these out real quick. Let's say, because they're your Hearthguard, because they're nice metal miniatures. Why not just take a little bit of time? So we're going to get these done tonight. So how much faster do you want to go? It's very true. It would imply he's heard it more than once as well, wouldn't it? Because if you knew the difference, you might think every time you do it is different. So it implies that he probably heard it more than once. Okay, so let's get back to the start. Let's put the flesh wash on the greedy gold. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good plan, would it? Oh, pardon me. I have an uncle who sleeps sitting up with both eyes open, and it used to freak us out when we were kids. Well, it's pretty freaky anyhow, but yeah. Literally anywhere he sat, he would just fall asleep. And yeah, both eyes open. set, I'm going to take the green up another shade. I want to take it to above where it needs to be so I can take it back down with some wash. Oh wow. Whereas I have to sleep on my face to filter my wife's farts cube. That's the fun of being married to somebody that farts a lot. And I know I can set it in safety because she doesn't watch this channel. And if she finds out Rich, I know where the mole is. Okay, so we're gonna go with Abomination Gore for the. We're gonna give these ones red tabards, I think, because they're my half guard. So yeah. Missed the bottom part of his leather on his chain right there. I'll have to go back and get that in a sec. The beauty of the wet palette not drying out as quick. Just running this around is getting nice. Yeah, I'd say doing this with speed paints as well would work if you want to get very quick. So I'll have to do another video soon where we see how quickly you can paint something. But I can do all these red, and then when I do the other half guards, I give them all a different colour tunic. Just to make it easy tabletop. Chocolate hobnobs. That's what I can think of now. Is there a better biscuit than a chocolate hobnob? I don't know. That's a question for the ages, isn't it? Yes, this abomination guy is nice and but I have noticed the one that's supposed to replace it, as it were, does work, but you have to do a bit more work with it for it to work. If you know what I mean. Do you like a jammy dodger? Yeah, see, it does throw a bit of a clanger in the works. The jammy dodger though, is because foxes do a jammy dodger that's got cream in it, and I don't know how to feel about that because it's like it tastes nice, but should a jammy dodger have cream in it? It's a bit like a turnip's tea cake, isn't it? It shouldn't really have jam in it, but all the rest do. Is it a case of um, better than the original? Can you get better than the original? I don't know. See, I'm not a big Garibaldi fan. In fairness, I was putting off those as a kid. My nan told us they were dead fly biscuits. See, at the shows, I've usually got jammy dodgers behind the counter, haven't I, Rich? In fairness, I don't know if Cooper, if you spotted that, you would have been offered biscuits when I went past. There's usually jammy dodgers behind the stand. In fairness, and tuck cheese sandwiches. Mm-mm-mm. I should stop talking about snacks and get on with some painting. Yeah. If you want a tale of true cunning, I shall tell you. One of my sons is allergic to chocolate. Yes, I know, strange though it is. He is indeed allergic to chocolate. My other son is allergic to nuts. So, I can buy things like Ferrero Rocher and marathons. Sorry, Snickers. I'll show my age, don't I? And they were safe from the kids. Mm, yes. It's all good. We were talking about AI earlier, and I remember the dark days of the start of the internet. And I don't know if you guys remember, there was a video of when GoPros first were a thing, and somebody strapped a GoPro to their dog, took it to the beach, let it out the car. Bless poor Fide, he's probably crossed the Rainbow Bridge many years ago, that one. But yeah, there's a video, you've probably seen it at some point, and the dog launches out the car, runs across the car park, across the beach, jumps into the sea, and all these people are trying to say hello to the dog, and the dog's not interested, blah, 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 blah. You probably saw that video. Thinking, that's an actual dog and an actual GoPro. Nowadays, no one would bother to do that. They would just do an AI video of a dog running blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? And there was another one where a dog got hold of somebody's mobile phone as they were recording and was running around the house, not letting them have it back. Again, I don't think anyone would believe it's a real video anymore. And would think, oh, that's AI. It's a bit sad that you can't believe what you see. Yeah, I will. I can assure you, this is not AI. This is actually Rich the pirate. Oh God, perhaps I am AI. Very bad AI. Right, so I go into the Blanche set again for Ironclad Grey. So that's an important one, I think. He's taken the grey one grey lower, which I think it needed. And I can do the twos in like a nice dark grey. I think every time I see this one, that Shrek comes into my head, so I get that sort of fake Scottish accent. Sorry, any Scottish people. I know you're not all dwarfs or ogres. Yeah. It's like earlier on we were saying about the time machine, wasn't it? There's, they'd have to film using the effects they could do at the time. And I think a lot of effects have gone backwards, haven't they? You think of the I watched, I don't know if you've ever seen it, there's a making of the film Zulu. And they're saying that all the things they had to do to get Zulu to work, and they had like extras holding cardboard cutouts of other warriors just to get the numbers up and stuff like that. Brilliant. My apologies, Artemis. When we were growing up, my dad's best mate, we spent a lot of time with, was Scottish as well. So we all got these really bad, fake Scottish accents. There's really strange accents we all got because all the kids got because his friend John was from Glasgow, and his lovely wife was from Edinburgh. So you had a really harsh Scottish and a really soft. Mm. I was very tempted to give him a really bright coat. I thought I'll just turn it down a bit because I was going to go high with the skin and then this dark grey is really nice. But I'm thinning it out with the medium so it's letting some of the other grey through. So hopefully it should look a bit patchy when it's done. Not a lot of people have seen Scotland. It's very, it can get very misty. Sorry. Sorry, Scotland. It's summer in Scotland at the moment. You can tell because the rain is warmer. My favourite Scots joke is the first series of Little Britain. We got the strange hotelier. If you ask me on a Monday, I'd say yes. Yeah, practical effects are the, I was going to say way forward, but they're not really the way forward, are they, Matt? You know what I mean. Good old Frank Spencer. That's a very English humour, isn't it? Some mothers do have him. All his own stunts. My word. Okay, so on the top of the Abomination Gore, I'm going to miss all those out and jump to Dragon Red. But I'm going to let it mix a little bit. I've put it on the wet palette into the thinned out bit of the Abomination. I'm going to put lots of medium into it. Slight mix of the previous colour. I'm going to start doing our highlighting, so we're just going to hit our peaks. Leave it a bit right up against the chain. Didn't he do a lot of the stunts in Condor Man as well? And they struggled to get him insurance and stuff. If I remember it. I remember going to the picture and see Condor Man. It wasn't a great film. He had a really bad American accent, didn't he? There we go. Just working around the base. Sorry, mate. It was quite a forgettable film, Coops. I can assure you that I'm not AI. My hands have stayed on the same side of my body the whole time, and my brush has not disappeared and reappeared, or blah, 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 blah. There we go. Hope that helps. Say peaks. Stay away from the undercuts. And then in the valley. It's a new word there, undercut. So the edge of that chainmail, we're going to call that an undercut rather than a shadow. Again, all our own terminology. That's cool, isn't it? I'm just going to go back round, hit the peaks a little bit tighter, a little bit stronger. It's easy at the moment because you can see they're where they are because they're wet still. There we go. Yes. Hobby hands. So we're just hitting those highs, leaving the valleys, staying away from the undercut. Now, usually I wouldn't paint the bottom of the arm, but you can't see the top of his arm very well, so we're going to highlight underneath, which technically we shouldn't. But if you're doing that, it's going to look brighter in it, so it kind of works. I remember going to my wife's relatives' wedding, and that was all tartans, and the family she was marrying to were actually the MacLeods. How made up was I? I was at the wedding of some MacLeods. Awesome, eh? And I was, because it was like early 90s and stuff, I was the only one that was really, really impressed. And they couldn't work. I don't think a lot of them had seen Highlander, and my excitement about the whole thing was a little bit sort of, they can work out. But hey. Well done, mate. Are they for role playing or are they for a war game? I think you did say earlier, but I've got distracted since then. Right, so we went to Greenskin. So we're going to take it up to Eternal Hunt. Again, we're going to just dip a little bit in there. The medium. Help the blend in. Stay inside all your highlight areas. Nice. George the Grind. Like that. Nice. Patricia, the stripper, was the best stripper of a town. Waving of her hips. Christy Berg, and The Spanish Train, and other stories. What a great album. The Spanish Train, run between Guadire and Old Seville. Yeah, have a good one, Artemis. Patricia or Delicia? I'm just letting this highlight out a little bit. I don't know about you, what's some sort of your paint and the highlight and you're thinking, just want something to pop. And you're waiting for it to go whoop, and then you know when to stop. You know when to stop when you pop. It's nearly there. They're nearly there. Now the next fun bit with the red is another blanchy colour. We've been playing with these guys all week. So I've gone dragon red, jumped up to fiery vermilion from thing. I thought I'd play a bit more with them now you can get them individually. Just going to go for the highest highlights on these with Mr. Vermilion. Making these uruk look very clean, and then right in with dirty them all up. It's a bit bright at the moment, but I say it's very thin, so when it dries, it's going to dry back. If it doesn't, we can just do a wash at the end. So. I think, you know, if we'd have done the fast version of these, you can get these done in an hour or so because they're pretty straightforward. I was just determined to make these guys look super mega cool. Night, mate. Enjoy your walk. Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah, like this. I think these Blanche sets, in fairness, are a good mix of paints. I think you can maybe save yourself a bit by not buying the speed paints, but I'm not sure how much that would actually save. You'll have to sit down and work it out for yourself, but the actual colours are really good. They do feel like they fill some of the missing holes. Okay, let's do the spear with our secret weapon, then we can do the hair with the same. I like this for hair, it works really well. It's going to give their hair kind of that brown, dirty, greasy look, which is what I want. I can't actually get his. I'll put a little bit around the grip of his sword that I missed. Put a wash in there, that won't show up. There we go. So yeah, I just wanted them quite bright, but obviously, you know, uruk, I didn't want them super duper bright. I think we're going to achieve kind of what we want. So I'll look in the week, or maybe tomorrow if we get a chance, and write the overall list and work out how many points it's going to be, etc. I've got to decide which one we do next week. Whether we do the... What date is it next week? Oh, actually... Oh no, it's the week after the show. Yeah, so next week we'll have one, and the week after we're doing the show, so... yeah, we'll go down the Friday night setup. I could switch the camera on then, annoy the other traders by showing you who's there. I'll see what they say. But I'll try and maybe go live for at least 5 minutes once I've set up and show people how I set up and what have you. Oh my. Bootstrap Brown has dried up a bit in the hot weather. Let's give it a good old shake. The other good thing about the medium I make up is if I get a paint like that, I drop a bit of medium in there later, give it a shake up. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, I had the big ideas when I started doing the show that I could, I can go live when I'm on the stall, but I was so busy. I never get a chance. But if my son's helping out on the next one, I'll try and go live, even if it's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Maybe. We shall see. I mean, some of the shows I've been to and some of the games I've seen, I usually don't get a chance, but it's like, sorry, off camera there. So the other week, the one I did in Exeter, is it Phalanx? I don't know, I can't remember. But the quality of the games was amazing. I think a couple of them had been to Salute the week before and done the same game at Salute. So they were proper big old setups. I'm going to keep moving off the focus area, sorry guys. This guy's pretty cool, though. I'm just making sure that that's quite thin. I'm just catching the areas that are leathery that are pointing towards the light source. Just highlight that away. Keep working around. I'm not sure what's going on at this evening show because I think it's the first one they've done. You've got quite a few traders there. I don't know what games wise. I don't know. I shall take biscuit for me anyway, just in case. Probably the only safe bet to do, isn't it, really? Next, we're going to go leather brown. We're going to highlight the brown we just did. Let's grab. That's a nice image. That's about one. I'm just touching on those. That leather bootstrap brown we just did. Just hitting top edges and moving away. Remember, less is more this one. So just try that top edge of that scabbard. his footlet. Down around there, bit of the top edge of that strap. There we go. Again, just top edges. And you know where that sun's gonna. What about like doing this way over the quick way? Is if it doesn't look like a highlight, it kind of looks like the leather's faded. See what I mean? So either works for me. And I think it's when you're painting, especially scale painting as it were, it's about making points of interest for your to lead the eye around your miniature. It's kind of the way they work on big paintings, isn't it? Big oil paintings. It's supposed to lead your eye around to show the viewer, you know, what's going on. I think it's even more important for us because it's like we've got this little tiny area to generate some interest, and we've got to do it in 3 dimensions as well. That's why the highlighting you do doesn't always actually strictly follow the laws of physics, I suppose. It's like this helmet there, I'm putting little bits of eyes on it, but in fairness, where it's right on top of his head, there'd be very little shadow on it at all, but we're actually constructing extra shadow so we can have a highlight. Would any light catch that belt there? Probably not, but we put a bit on there because it's interesting and our eyes and our brains want to see it. As I mentioned earlier, is kind of making something pop is the best description of it. These little highlights we put on really make an area pop to life. These are going to look good when the shields are on, in fairness. That I did forget to undercoat earlier, so I'm going to have to do them off camera. That's convenient, isn't it? But I'm probably going to just do a very basic orky type symbol on them anyway. So red's okay, so let's put some highlight onto the chainmail with our shining silver. Let's grab a cruddy brush, load up the brush, unload the brush. So it's got some paint in it, but it's not dry. I'm just going to gently overbrush certain areas. Again, concentrating on the areas where I want it to look shiny. Yeah. Edge highlight the back of his sword because that's pointing upwards. Going around to the point of his sword. Load the brush, and load the brush. Start on the back, start at the top. we go. So I've not loaded the brush up again yet because there's still enough paint in there. So it's not quite a dry brush, but it's not far off it. Now it's dry. That's cool, we can use that on the sword. There we go. Just notice his belt isn't, so we're just gonna touch that in. When it's wet, touch a bit of the brown, and then when it's still wet, we're gonna hit a little bit of highlight on the end. There we go. A really cheeky wet blend. Load the brush up because it's all wet at the moment because we just washed it out. Then we're gonna unload it. We'll do the edge of the spear while it's very wet. There we go. Point. Oh, this was our one that we did the dirty look on, so we're looking for the edges. A bit sketchy because there we go. So we did exactly the same as we did with the black one, really. Just leveling it up a bit. There we go. Probably got enough silver in the brush still. Bit of a dab and dash and move. Do this quite quickly so you don't get a chance to paint a whole area. That's what I tend to do. A bit on the edge of the sword to make it look sharp. A bit of point to let it catch in the sun. So we're going to go at the end once the shield on. Sorry, was I going out? I've gone out of bloody focus again. Because once the shields are on and everything, I'll do the rust then, so it all blends in. Let's do the highlight on the greedy gold. So we go to bright gold. Get that in there. Bright gold. Exactly the same as we did with the silver. Load the brush up, unload the brush. And we're looking for all these gold areas. I toned down the area just to do the edges and the odd bit of highlight in there. Can you see that? Makes it look really shiny. Let's see if we can get. So just hit the edges, then I'll dot onto the big flat surfaces. Don't paint too much of it. And we'll just sort of daubing this on. I left it quite dry because we don't need a lot. Let's get his arm in focus. A little tiny bit more on there. And then just come to the centre of that because that's where the light's going to catch. And around this top edge. There we go. And quick ding of it onto the others. Next up is the eyes. And they're going to be quite tricky on these because I've not got a lot to aim at. So I'm going to get the Psycho Brush out anyway. Let's get him in. There we go. I'm going to go back into that vermilion. I'm just going to give him little red eyes. Into the medium, into the red. So he hasn't actually got any eyes in there. Trouble is, if I put them in there, because it's just a scooped out in there, it'd just be a blob in a dip, which will look really bad. So it's best just to leave them. Know which battles to fight. There we go. Because their teeth are so tiny, they're really not going to be very easy to pick out. So what we're going to do, you're not going to have enough room to make them look dirty or anything with yellow, so we're just going to hit them with some pure white. Let's see if we can get to any of them. Nope. You see what I mean? There's not enough mouth there to muck around with, so we're just going to get some white. Make his face a bit more interesting. Can't get to his. This guy's got a very similar face. Not identical. And it's slightly different. There we go. So I think we're about there. Let's just have a look at what else we got to do. So once the shield's on, I'll give you some idea what that's going to look like. This is going to look so much better with the shields. Yeah, so shield on, then we'll do all the rust effects once that's on. So let's have a quick look at these. Look a bit more orky. I was going to take them up another layer of green, but I don't think I will. I might even, when I look at them in the daylight tomorrow, put a green wash over them just to take the top highlight out. It'd be easier to tell under the daylight, if you know what I mean. It's like the cape there, where I use that very dark grey, but I've thinned it right out. You've got all those natural highlights in it. So that's cool. But tomorrow in the daylight, they might not show up as strongly, so I may put a lighter grey over that. There we go. So I think you agree that they're pretty much done barring the shield and special effects. So I've got my brown. Okay, this is the one that I mix up. Let's put it into the secret weapon bit. Grab rubbish brush. I always think that when this is painted on, I tip the brown, the thin one I usually use, into the area where that secret weapon stuff was, and it's gone real hardcore on this one. So what I'm going to do is put some medium on it and wash some of it off. So I want some of the base showing through. I don't want it all to look too strong. It'll be alright now. Yeah, I looked at the price. I bought some more, ordered some more of this in earlier. It's about the same price as the Vallejo now. It's gone up a little bit. But it's 50, I think the Vallejo is 200 and this is 250. Yeah, cheers, dude. Yeah, I will do this and I'll let them dry and then I'll get them finished in the morning like I usually do. Get them up on into my web. And next week we can carry on our journey into the age of magic. I'll say, I think if you want a cube, so we can do the troll next week if you want, mate. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Okay, troll it is next week then. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Just doing these brown bases because they're obviously, I think you can instantly see the miniature better. That's sometimes what I do them before the videos, so I can, because it shows up, I think, much better. Let's have a quick look. There's Mr. Boverstrack. There we go, and there's t'other one. Mr. Cape Dude. And Mr. I've got a big sword, I'm gonna chop your face off. There we go. So 2.5 hours, I reckon they probably got another 20 minutes, half hour. If we'd had the shields done, we could leave them straight on, but hey, I can't remember everything. Right, I shall leave it there. Thank you once again for joining us by Rich Paints. If you haven't, because I know some that watch it on the playback, I know some of you guys have not subscribed because the numbers tell me so. So if you could drop a subscribe and a like and a share, that'd be brilliant. And have a great weekend. Don't forget to look us up on Facebook, X, and my Square site, piraterich.square.site. And have a good week, everyone. Don't forget these are from Gripping Beast Ragnarok range. I think that's it. I'll stop gabbling. Have a good weekend, guys. See you all soon. Cheers then.